Alright everybody, how you doing? This is Bones here back in the Alternative Energy Lab. What you see here is what's left of a treadmill that I just salvaged out of the dumpster. I mean literally out of the dumpster. It was in a dumpster here in North Carolina. We have canister sites where you can take your trash, and what you're looking at there was the remains of a treadmill. A lot of good useful parts I got out of it. Transformers, or coils rather. It's not a transformer, not to be confused with a transformer, but here's a PWM. Yes, it is actually a motor speed control. DC, because treadmills are DC, even though they got 120 coming into them, they switch over to DC. I got a digital display I can play around with one day. Got a 3-volt AA battery holder. Bunch of LED lights that I can pull out of there with a 15 amp circuit breaker, some miscellaneous momentary switches. Here's a different style pot switch. It's a sliding pot switch, but nonetheless basically the same thing. Don't know what the ohms of anything are on it yet, haven't really got into detail, just got salvaged it out of it. Got a bunch of wiring harnesses with and I saved the connectors so I can make my own connectors. So some 16 gauge wire, some 22 gauge wire, some more 16 gauge. Here's a nice cord I can put on a drill or a saw or something. God knows if I throw enough of them. Some wheels. So I bet you're wondering where the motor went though. Well, let me tell you, it went from treadmill to windmill in 4.5 hours. Took me 4.5 hours. There it is. I told you I'd make you a windmill. There's the windmill. Now I have tested the motor, and it does at 1500 RPMs. I got it doing 14.5 volts. So it is cranking out something. I just did that with a drill. Okay, so obviously I had to paint it. This is just a piece of a shroud that I made for it. There it is. There's the motor. See if I can get this tape off of here. I wanted to just put that on there so y'all can see it. So let me expose see if we can get the ratings off this motor for you. Actually, it doesn't want to come off. Here we go. I'm hoping this camera is going to focus in. This is actually my cell phone, so I'm not sure how well this is going to work. Well, not real clear. But what it says is it is a 2.5 horsepower treadmill, 6700 RPM, 18 amp. So pretty stout motor for as small as it is. So we'll give it a shot. We got our wires coming out of the back. It's hard to tell. This is my cell phone, so. But there it is. I do have to balance the blades though. I kind of was in a hurry putting the blades on, and they're not really balanced. But I'll get them out. But you know, I went ahead and made a bracket. All this metal here was from the treadmill, with the exception of the back wing. This is some roof flashing, some real heavy gauge roof flashing. This is for those metal roofs that you see on these barns and whatnot. So that's what that is. But the rest of it is everything there, with the exception of the tail fin and the PVC blade, was from the treadmill. So totally recycled from treadmill to windmill in 4.5, almost 5 hours. Pretty happy with that. So, all right, let me see if I can get this off the camera. Appreciate you guys taking a minute to look at this, and more to come. Thanks. Bye.